What if I told you that the key to being confident isn't to fake it till you make it? It's the other C word, courage. You hear all this advice online. Believe in yourself, just do it, pull your comfort zone. And honestly, that's bullshit. People think I'm confident because of the choices I made. Quitting a stable job with no backup plan, starting a business from unemployment, selling everything I own, and living around the world for almost 4 years. And the question I get is how? How can I be as confident as you? But here's the part everybody gets backwards. I wasn't confident first, and then I did those things. I did those things without confidence, but with fear. I was being courageous. And confidence showed up after the action, not before. So in today's video, I want to give you a simple framework how you can become more courageous, more brave, and then more confident. I hear it all the time in conversations, in coachings, everywhere. I want my boss to finally see my work, but I'm not confident enough to speak up. You know, I recently moved countries and I'm really lonely, but I'm just not confident enough to find new friends. I can't stand these sexist jokes this client makes, but I'm not confident enough to stand up to him. He's a client. Wait. Are you all talking about confidence or about courage? And here's the real problem. Most people never even dare to act. They think they need confidence, which they don't have, so they're paralyzed. Or they start, hit resistance once, and stop. And then they start collecting labels. I'm shy, I'm introverted, I'm just not charismatic, I'm such a coward. Those are labels you chose to put on yourself. But hear me, those labels aren't you, unless your name is shy or coward or something. You are a multi-dimensional being. There's a version of you that's passionate about something, a version of you that stands up for others, a version of you that's incredibly inspiring, and a version of you that is brave. Even if you rarely let that one speak. Because when you hear courage or bravery, you're probably thinking skydiving or running into burning buildings, superhero stuff. But outside of physical bravery, we rarely say, I wish I was more courageous. We always say, I want to be more confident. But think about this. How can you be confident in doing something that you've never done before? It just doesn't make sense. You can't. Yet it's so easy to hide behind, I'm not confident enough. We don't want courage because courage requires admitting that there is fear. And admitting fear is shameful. And those confident people, they must be fearless, right? Really? They have the same brain and nervous system as you and I have. And fear is a natural response to doing something we've never done before. So what did they do differently to become confident? They have a goal or a purpose worth pursuing. They must feel fear, but they choose to act anyway. Again and again and again. And like that, they build their courage muscle and confidence follows naturally. So from here on, I'm using courage and bravery where most people would say confidence. Because when you see confidence, courage has already happened. The psychological framework I'm about to give you helps you to explore these other versions of you. And the framework I'm talking about are character strengths. Character strengths are positive qualities of your personality that determine how you act, feel, and think. They show up in your behavior, like helping someone on your team, or in your thoughts, like being optimistic about the future, or in your feelings, feeling grateful for someone's support. Back in the early 2000s, scientists started to study strengths systematically. And they came up with 24 universal strengths. And the groundbreaking idea is every human has all 24, but some are really active and some are dormant. And bravery is one of those strengths. It belongs to the family of courage together with zest, perseverance, and honesty. That means you have bravery and courage already within. But for some people, it's expressed more strongly, and for others, less. But the potential, the capacity is always there. Now, some people hear that and think, no way, I'm not brave and I can't force it or fake it. That's inauthentic. That's not me. Okay, let's test that. Let's look at another one of those 24 character strengths, which is humor. Now, there are people who are naturally super funny, and maybe that's not you. But I guarantee that you have situations in your life where you live out your humor. Maybe when it's playing dinosaur with your nephew, or when you are dressing up your cat, or when you are joking with online friends. That is still you, right? It's still authentic, it's just a different situation. And bravery works the same way. You are already using it, it's just that you are not conscious of it yet. And additionally, most people don't even know what bravery really means and what they would do with more of it. But if you ask someone what they would do with more confidence, they answer immediately. So here's the plan. When you tell yourself that you are not confident or not courageous, that is not true because you have the potential for courage within. It's just that you need to spot it, to train it, and to integrate it. And to do that, we're going to use a simple process called Label, Explain, Appreciate by strengths researcher Ryan Niemek. So first, label. Why label your courage? Isn't labeling like bad? Actually, giving words to behavior is powerful. Like you can lose yourself in negative labels, positive labels can literally shift how you see yourself. That is why we will be hunting for courage. Because again, what you call the confidence that you want is actually courage that is already there. So how do we spot it? Most people might say, well, those moments where I feel courageous. But here's the truth that nobody tells you. Courage feels like fear. So the feeling of fear paired with action, that is courage. So think about last week. When did you feel fear and acted anyway? No wrong answers here. Personal courage is not about bungee jumping, it's about everyday stuff. Maybe going to the supermarket felt like courage. Maybe trying on skinny jeans. Maybe sending that job application that made your heart race. Maybe it was saying no or I'm sorry. Research shows that noticing your bravery in everyday moments actually strengthens it. So find situations and label them. The next step is explain. Explain it to yourself. Why? Our brains are meaning-making machines. We need proof to believe something is true or we disregard it. You probably know it from compliments. Imagine you're at work just making a coffee and someone says, "Oh, what you did last week, that was really cool, thanks." And you go, okay, yeah, thank you. Shall we go have lunch? Compared to same situation, hey John, I wanted to tell you, last week when you stood up for our team and asked for a longer deadline, that was really brave and it helped us so much. Thank you. I'm so grateful to be on your team. Did you feel the difference? The explanation is the behavioral evidence for what you just labeled. It's the reason for your brain to believe that it is true. And the third step is appreciate. Show yourself that it matters. Value your act of courage. The response I sometimes get is, "Oh, that's so awkward. It feels so arrogant to appreciate my strength. It's not like I'm something special. Everybody does that." But isn't it a sad reality that so many of us find it challenging to celebrate our positive traits, while it's so easy to criticize yourself for your flaws and put yourself down? Last month, I moved to a new city and wanted to go to a co-working space. And since over 1 year, I challenge myself to wear fun clothes every day. But that day I noticed fear and doubt creeping in. Like, what if those people will be rude, or they laugh, or they judge? Normally I don't care, but I started feeling anxious. But I went anyway, and nothing dramatic happened, but I felt really proud. I lived my values. And the reason why I'm telling you this story is every time I act like this and notice it, my courage muscle grows and the confidence will follow naturally. And now it's really your turn. Find those moments, small and big, where you felt fear and acted anyway, and then go label, explain, appreciate. And look further back as well, last month, last year, your whole life. You will find proof that courage has been there all along. You just disregarded it. So remember, the reason you feel not confident is because you have practiced not confident behavior for decades. But shy people can still be courageous, right? So from now on, every time you feel this little fear or doubts coming up, that is your signal. That is your moment to flex your courage. And it will be uncomfortable at first, yes. But if you find yourself hesitating, ask, what is the best thing that could happen if I act? We always ask for the worst thing, but I want you to flip your perspective. Imagine the upside. There is a wonderful quote by Nin that says, life shrinks or expands in proportion to one's courage. And I want you to think about what we all could achieve in our homes, our families, our teams, our companies, in our country and in the world if we all consciously chose to build our courage.